Hey, so it finally quit raining, and I'm out here working on the garden. It's been a couple of weeks since I planted the plants, and they've grown significantly. I mean, you can see behind me the tomato plants are getting pretty tall. Um, Now, like I said previously, I went ahead and put some cages on these peppers. I really don't know um, like how tall they'll get, but because I've never grown them before, so just in case. But what I want to do, I've grown tomatoes a couple of times, and I want to try some different things. I've been using cages. So what I think I'll do is I think I'll try just regular stakes with some of them, and then others I'm going to do cages, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna do a couple of different versions of stringing them. So I've got some stepping posts that we use with the cattle fences. So I'm gonna put those and try and make a grid that crisscrosses in a couple of different layers, so that hopefully the string will support the tomato plants. And then I'm gonna the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some supports that go up and across the box, and I'm going to run some strings straight down and stake them to the ground and see if I can't wrap the twine around the tomato plant. So we'll see how it goes. I want to see which way does the best, because I might just switch. If there's one that does way better and is a lot easier, I might just switch them all to that. The problem that I've had in the past with the cages is the plants get so big, the tomato plants, that they get top heavy, and so when we get like a severe thunderstorm or anything, they topple over, and so they're all leaned in one direction. And then I'm over there like trying to fix them, and I've tried tying them together before. That seems to help, but I don't know. I'm hoping this string thing works. Preferably the one that goes up and across with the beam. I haven't fully decided how I'm going to build that yet. I've got some materials, so hopefully I can figure it out. I'm going to film. I'm going to do a time lapse of setting it all up. Now, the at the ends, I've got the cucumbers, and I really can't remember what variety they were, but when I've grown cucumbers before, they've kind of vined out across the ground. And I've got some lattice over here that I'm going to cut, and I'm going to put it on the end of one of the boxes, and see if I can't just thread the cucumber plant through the lattice as it grows. And then I've also thought about putting cages around my squash plants, so and doing the same thing with them. So kind of making the squash go up and around the cage, instead of out across the ground. But I might try it a few different ways and see which way works the best. Okay, so got everything built and set up. Probably still have some more tying to do as the plants get bigger on the ones that are, well, really all of the ones that have the twine on them. But I'll take you around and show you what I did. Um, so here, we'll see how this does. I just put a stake on each side in each direction, and I just tied some twine across. And so, you know, I'm not sure how it'll do. I don't know if these limbs will move or not. I don't think they will. I think it's just going to grow up. But as it gets higher, I can just add new levels of twine to go across. So we'll see how that holds up. Over here, I've just got some regular tomato cages. So we'll see how they do. Now the cucumbers, I didn't do anything with these cucumbers. I'm just going to let them grow, and just if they fall out of the box, then I'll just try and organize them around. For this bed, for the three on this side, so you see, for these three, I just put a stake in at each one, and I tied it with twine around each one. It's pretty loose, and you can see they're pretty loose. So the plants can wiggle around a little bit, but they're not going to break. And then I'll continue just tying those up as they get taller. Now these, I dug out around the base and I attached these. I mean, it's pretty sturdy. And then I put this long piece across the top, and then I just took these this twine, and I just tied it to the top and ran it straight down, and you can't really see it. Well, this one you can. They're anchored to tent stakes, and then I just wrap the plant around the twine as it goes up. And so as they grow, I'll just continue doing that, and hopefully it'll keep them pretty straight, and they'll just grow up the strings. Now these cucumbers, I put this lattice here, and I went ahead and put another brace over here, and as it grows, I'll just take it, and I'm going to see if I can't run it through this and just kind of wind it in and out to organize it a bit and keep it from just falling out on the ground. Over here we've got the peppers in the gray. I put yellow cages for the squash. Now same deal with the squash here. In the previous years when I've growed squash, they've just it's just came out of the bucket and just kind of all over the ground. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and weave it in amongst this cage and see if I can keep most of it contained above the cage, or above the potter. So same deal here. Now these peppers, I really don't know what kind of peppers. I guess these are these sweet peppers. I don't know how big they're supposed to get. They don't seem like they've grown a whole lot since I planted them in 2 weeks. So, you know, I don't know if there's something I'm doing wrong or if this is just how they are. But I guess I could look it up. Now, these squash, I'm not going to put a cage. I want to see if maybe there's a difference between the ones that I put a cage around and weave, or the ones that just droop over the sides of the tub. So we'll see. They're all about the same size. This one's about the biggest one at all of them, but they're pretty close. So that's pretty much all the plants and all the different things that I did. I didn't really do anything to the spinach. I think my spinach is getting too big. And my lettuce, I need to cut my lettuce and eat it. Probably some of this is brown, it's too big. But we'll see. So that's all the updates that I did today, and all the changes that I made to the garden. I really, really like this. I may try to, if it does well, I may try to just go ahead and change them all to that next year. I don't know. I just really like it for some reason. So, all right. I'll see you later.